Did you kill Salome?
Yes.
Do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regret.
Hello, great people. When the Bible said the heart of a man is desperately wicked, little did we know that the Bible was referring to one Timileyin Ajayi who gruesomely murdered his 24-year-old girlfriend Salome Adaidu in Nasarawa State. Not only did Timileyin murdered Salome, he severed her head and butchered her body to pieces. In a moment, I'll leave you to hear the bold confession of Timileyin, where he owned up to the crime and he narrated what led to this particular act of his and eventually how he feels about it. You would hear all what you need to know about this crime in a moment from the perpetrator of the crime itself. But I need to warn you that I don't think you've listened to such a bold confession in a while. So prepare your mind to listen to some very bold, unusual confession about this crime. Then when we come back, we'll be analyzing the issue associated to this thing. We'll be looking at what relationship is turning into nowadays, and of course the role of the parent, the role of the society, and of course the role of government. We'll be looking at this and a whole lot more on this episode with your short plug on politics and happenings in the polity, Dr. Omosoladeji. Let's hear from the culprit Timileyin, then we come back for more discussion. Let's watch it.
She's a female friend, my girlfriend.
How long were you guys dating?
A year.
Oh yeah. How come none of the family members know that you guys were dating?
Because it's actually complicated. It's complicated.
So tell us about the complication.
We don't get to see each other all the time. We're always coming around. Like for example, we have a lot of people around. We come around most of those times. So that's how it is.
Did you kill Salome?
Yes.
Why did you kill her?
Why did I kill her? Because we don't have each other all the time. We don't have each other all the time.
Is there a reason to kill?
Why did you kill Sam?
That's what I'm saying. We don't have each other all the time.
Simi, call this guy for me. You are here. Simi, you talked that time. Why you did like this? Tell us.
Sometimes it's not because we don't really have each other all the time. Our
Simi, start from where you told me you invited Salome.
I invited Salome
Okay.
to come around most in a while.
Okay.
And we get to be most of the time. We've had a lot of things going on.
All right. On that day when she came to your house, when you invited
Narrate what happened on the day that you killed her.
She came to my house and we're actually vibing. We're not actually vibing well, but based on one or two things,
what is the one or two things?
we started getting close to each other. And I saw that my vibe and her vibe came together. So that was how we came to be together.
That's how you killed her. Just tell us how you carried out, how long you planned to carry out the attack, and how you executed it.
It's not something I really planned on. Something it happened on that day and it happened.
Simi,
Not like I had a plan in mind.
Simi,
Ma,
you told me that when she came, you caught her doing something. You caught her sex chatting with another man. That was why you killed her. So tell them, what is it? What has she done to you to deserve this? Tell them.
was always cheating. She hid most of the things from me most times.
How did you get to know?
Because I saw her phone.
When did you get to know?
I saw her phone, like I said.
What did you see in the phone that made you very angry?
Most of the chat with the other guys. That's what I saw on the phone.
So that was when you decided to kill her.
Yes.
Do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regret.
Okay, you don't regret killing.
I don't.
Why?
Because life is reciprocal. That's what I thought. Life is reciprocal. And if you must be with someone, you have to be reciprocal with that person. You have to understand what that person is going through so that you can actually put yourself in the position that kind of person is going through. So that was why I didn't have any regrets. Because we were actually compatible. So that was why.
So, Mr. Timmy, please narrate how it happened, what you saw that made you kill, and how you did it. What happened on that day?
What happened that day was very simple. I caught her cheating on me. And so I brought it to her awareness that she was cheating. She refused. She didn't want to accept until I showed her the chat and showed her what she did, what she admitted, and told me she was sorry. It's never gonna happen again. That was what happened.
So afterwards, you now asked her to go into the bathroom. What happened?
After that, I told her to go into the bathroom. She went to the bathroom and started some things. Immediately started those things. I couldn't take it lightly. I had to go into the room of where I can get some certain things that will happen. So I took the knife from the restroom and went it to her. Immediately she was lying her hand down. I held her neck and I did what I had to do, and that was it.
When she died, what happened?
When she died, nothing really happened.
You went and took the cutlass, then what?
I only took some parts of the knife, and that was it. That was what happened.
How were you caught?
I wasn't caught. I surrendered myself.
How? You were caught trying to dispose.
I surrendered myself. If I didn't want anybody to catch me, I would have done that. It's very simple.
It's not true.
It's simple, to be honest.
Simi said he surrendered.
Are you ready to face the wrath of the law?
It's not a big thing to pay. Not a big thing to pay.
It's not a big thing. So tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Kogi State. I'll be 30 this year.
You told us 31.
I'll be 30 this year.
32. You now said 31.
I'll be 30 this year, this October.
So you say you have no regret?
I have no regret.
Simi, what do you do for living?
I'm a cryptocurrency agency.
There you have it. You just listened to the confession of Timileyin Ajayi, whereby he narrated how he murdered Salome Adaidu. Now let us look at some things that are very important from Timileyin's confession and his relationship with the late Salome. One thing that we can pick out from that confession is that Timileyin is a gospel singer, a motivational speaker, and of course a cryptocurrency trader. Now the most important one, the crucial one, is the gospel singer. Now as a gospel artist, keep that one aside. Now why did Timileyin murdered Salome? Because according to him, that Salome has not been allowing him to minister to him adequately in the masculine feminine way. In other words, Salome has been denying him intercourse. And he also asserted that Salome has been cheating. So those two things. Now let us pick one. You know, I said gospel singer, we keep it aside. Now let us now pick one, which is the intercourse. As a gospel singer, does the Christian doctrine permit you to fornicate to start with? So that is why it only proves to us that when you are listening to gospel songs and you are enjoying the lyrics, just be enjoying the lyrics, but know that these people are not perfect. You see, those your role model, those your superstars, entertainers, if you know what some of them are doing in their closet, you won't even want to watch their movie or listen to their song or their works of art anymore. So what this tells us is that regardless of the occupation, even if it is a pastor, even if it is an imam, anybody can commit any heinous crime. So does Christianity allow Timileyin to be ministering to Salome? That is one thing. Now, we need to look at something. The boldness of Timileyin is uncommon. He has this kind of uncommon boldness. He's not even remorseful about the crime. And what does that point to? It points to one, his anger management issues, which would have been the fault of his parent, in the sense that his parent would have failed to manage his anger when he was just a child. So if you notice that your child usually have this unusual anger, if you notice your child have this unusual temperament, if you notice that your child doesn't want to listen or he can't tolerate, to avoid this kind of circumstance in the future, because so long as human beings interact, there's bound to be conflict. So any child that you see that has this kind of character, unforgiving spirit, the best thing is to make sure that you nip it in the bud as early as possible, because it is the failure of Timileyin's parent to have nipped such bad characters in the bud that has now put him in trouble, and of course have also put his parent in serious trouble, because now murder is a serious crime, not to now talk of severing the head. That is wickedness. You want to imagine that, what kind of life do we live in? And that makes me to think sincerely that based on the nature of the crime, he has said, oh, the girl is cheating, then the girl is not allowing him to have enough intercourse with her. That is his narrative. But if you look at the reality of today, the exuberance of some of our youth, and the economic hardship and what is obtainable in the Nigeria of today, you can't rule out the fact that this guy, Timileyin, may be into rituals. That's one thing that I suspect. And I would encourage the Nigerian police to look in that directive. He said that Timileyin is into rituals, and he has maybe take some oath of allegiance or oath of secrecy that if anything backfires, you are not permitted to speak. Could that be the case in this instance? Because if you look at it, how can you just say because a lady refuse you intercourse, or you caught a lady cheating, then you now want to kind of like dissemble her body to that kind of extent? The truth is that is Timileyin a saint? If you will look at it now, if you will examine their relationship, or you examine Timileyin's life, look at his phone, and just talk to his friends, you will see that Timileyin himself may be a cheater pro max than even the late Salome. So because it is a common trend nowadays, in the sense that you see guys, the way they know that, oh, you are a big boy, is how many girls you can cheat, is how many girls you can date. That is the trend nowadays. So is Timileyin himself a saint? Because this guy that I'm seeing doesn't look like a saint. And let us look at another thing, because the family of Salome, we can't exonerate them in this regard, and also we can't exonerate the late Salome. That doesn't mean that we are aiding criminality, but the truth is the truth, and we have to come from both sides. The thing is, the parents of Salome, the family, are denying that Timileyin is not her boyfriend because they don't know him. And Timileyin said that they've been dating for a year. The question is it possible for you to date somebody for over a year without your family knowing? The answer is yes. So to me, the argument of Salome's family holds no water, because if Salome is the kind of girl that usually have 2, 3, 4, 5 boyfriends, the only one that they will know in the family, especially if it's a decent family, is just one. The one that she loves most, the one that she thinks loves her most, the one that she thinks want to marry her. All other people will just fall by the roadside. So no matter the amount of boyfriends she has, they will not be known in the house, talk less of whereby they will be querying her or numbering the number of men that she's rolling with. So in that regard, it is possible for Salome to be dating Timileyin for a year without knowing. It depends on the ground that Timileyin holds in Salome's life. Timileyin may feel that, oh, he is following Salome and he is the main guy. But the truth is that Timileyin himself may be even the number 6 or number 7. That's the reality of the youth of nowadays. So it is possible that they may be dating and the family may not know. But that is not a justification. Dating without the family knowing, cheating, denial of intercourse is no justification for this kind of gruesome and heartless criminality. And I am just happy that Timileyin is not the family of a strong politician in this country. That is the only thing that is giving me hope that Salome and her family will eventually get justice. Because if Timileyin were to come from some of the top political families in Nigeria, the matter is as good as gone. But the truth is, Timileyin, mere looking at him, is from maybe just all this our normal average family. So I believe that justice will take its course. But then I think the lawyers needs to be very careful, because it is your job to set your client free. But then the lawyers of Timileyin, I suspect, and you will get to know when the trial comes up, and maybe you will quote me or this video then, that I suspect that Timileyin's lawyer may want to argue that Timileyin has some form of insanity. That is why that, oh, he's a madman, he goes into this periodic madness, and that was what led him to commit that crime. The truth is, this Timileyin from his confession doesn't sound like somebody mad. Doesn't sound like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing. So I just hope that the lawyers, as they used to do abracadabra in the Nigerian court during political case, I hope that they will pity Salome and her family and won't try to do any abracadabra in this case. And I hope that justice will be served. And again, parents have a lot to do. And the unsaid is the role of government in all of this, as regards creating succum for the people, as regards creating a situation whereby the citizens will have the convenient and essential things of life. What is making some of these girls to have multiple boyfriends is because they want to make ends meet. If you look at what is making some of these guys to go into ritual, it's because they want to survive, they want to make ends meet. But if Nigeria, had been a good country whereby government provide jobs, amenities, and you can live comfortably, some of this criminality would have reduced. And I've spoken about it in some of my videos as regards informal economy. These are one of the effects of informal economy. You don't know what informal economy is? Subscribe to this channel. See you in my next video.